Good evening, folks, and welcome inside the RBC Center in Burnside, Nova Scotia, as we get set for puck drop here in the second round of the Metro High School League men's hockey action here live on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Carruthers. Thank you for tuning in as the Dartmouth High Spartans, coming off a win in the first round, off a big overtime hat trick goal from number 16, Ivor McDonald, to punch their ticket here to face the Woodlawn Panthers in the second round, who had a bye to this round after completing the regular season on a up at the top of the league. As out come the Panthers. Gauthier trying to work that out as it's pinched off there on the far side by McDonald and sent back in, and the Spartans will peel off. They'll change utilities as out come the Panthers to the wall, and trying to work that here is Evan Wren. Up into the neutral zone, Wren trying to make a move around one, had it poked off of his stick and back. O'Coin, he'll chip that in, the captain for the Dartmouth High Spartans, is the Battle of Dartmouth here between the Woodlawn Panthers and the Dartmouth High Spartans. Here a shot from a sharp angle. That goes through the crease of Cool and back through the neutral zone. The Panthers shot there from distance. Got blocked as Chance working at it, centering it all the way back to the point was Remy Galland, as the puck will be back at the point and sent back down. McGregor out of the corner. Halliday to the back. A shot there from behind the net, almost steered through the middle. Shot there from an angle and up off the stick out of play. Will lead us into the starting goaltender introductions in between the pipes for the Spartans. Wearing number 1, Midanis Rusin. He comes into, or his season record was 5-12 with a 2.73 goals against average. Face off to his glove hand side. Shot there from an angle to the far side corner. Spartans looking to work things out as it gets reversed behind their net. Good forecheck there. Finishing his check is number 91, Max Halliday. Back in the neutral zone, right back in the Spartans. Chipping it to the center ice, and they'll wheel it up and into the Panther zone. Getting that in deep. Rendell. Good job there by Riley Rendell to get that in as they look to establish a forecheck. To the wall. And now back into the neutral zone. Spartans regroup up the far side. Brooks read that. He'll try to chip it in. Goes off a stick into the Spartans bench. Will stop play. 12:43 remaining in the opening period of action as both these teams here with pretty good seasons. The Panthers finishing up a little bit higher in the seeding pool, so they'll get the bye to the second round. So they're a little freshened up. So they had a week off while they let the Halifax West squad and the Dartmouth High Spartans battle it out to see who will face them. As the Spartans coming out victorious, took all 3 games. As it's regrouped back in his own zone. Right up the wall was Adam Jarrett. Trying to forecheck his Clark Black. To the far side. Panthers under a little bit of pressure here. The far side wall sent back down low. Good forecheck there. Shaquille Bills. It's turned over. The Spartans with a shot there. Cool. As he'll get the nod for the Panthers. Parker Cool, number 31. Played majority of the games so far this year for the Panthers. As a big hit there going in to finish this check was Hudson Kenny. But out come the Spartans to the blue line. Nice move there. As heads up, Kenny went forward and he went flying into the boards. As a great job there to sidestep the hit was Ryan O'Coin. Ferguson behind his net. He'll reverse it for London Opong. The all-star forward for the defenseman for the Woodlawn Panthers, the former Halifax Mac of the U18 League. Here in Nova Scotia, it's sent in, and the Panthers look to establish a forecheck, but the Spartans, if they'll take that away, if they have anything to say about that. O'Coin sidestepping another check. As here's a chance coming out of his net. Rusin, he'll play it around the end wall to the short side, to the point, and sent right back in by Seabold. To the far side, and now over to the short side. The Spartans looking to chip things out. The Spartans are going to do that as it'll be regrouped here in their own zone by the Panthers. Centering up through the neutral zone with some speed. Up over the line, Wren trying to split the D. Wasn't able to. Is a good defensive play there by the defenseman Daryl Beals. Centered right up the middle, connecting. Good stick there to poke it through. Here comes Sidney Watt. A shot there from distance. It's blocked by Brooks. And now back the other way. Here comes Tobin down the far side. Tobin centered. Here's a chance. Wren scores! Evan Wren on a beautiful feed from Vander Tobin, and the Woodlawn Panthers lead by 1 in game 1 of a potential 3-game matchup between the Spartans and the Panthers. Evan Wren starting the scoring off here in the opening period with a nice feed from Vander Tobin. And that all started on a block shot by Camden Brooks in his own zone, who worked it up to the man, Tobin. who set up the goal scorer, Evan Wren, making no mistake about it, getting set up in front and burying it upstairs. Here's a chance, Opong. He got a shot away, steered it wide. As you see a shot of the crowd there, a little decent crowd here on hand for this Wednesday night game. As playoffs underway. Picking that up through the neutral zone, trying to work it up, and in was number 19, Gregor Beach. He'll get it in deep and hang back there. Back to his defensive side was Conrad Eisner. Here's a turnover down low, a sharp angle shot, rebound. Cleared away in front there by Beals. That's Shaquille Beals. He'll get it into the neutral zone, take a bump there as he'll chip it up ahead, centered, and up over the line. Here comes Link. He'll dump it in and peel off for the change. As the Panthers look to get things back up ice. Pass didn't connect with anyone. Back, here's London Opong. He'll move it up the wall. That'll be controlled back into his own zone by Remy Gallant. Gallant back for Opong. He'll get his feet moving north up over the blue line. Opong shot there, rebound. Sat loose for a second and holding on for a stoppage of play was Rusin. So good little start here for the Panthers. They've had the puck in their own zone but haven't really given up any high-grade scoring opportunities, but out through the neutral zone. Now it'll be the Spartans. Good job there, poking that off of the stick and finishing his check in the corner. Matthew Ferguson battles it up the wall for Brownrigg. Brownrigg will leave there up to the far side, working that up, and it's turned over as Beckett Power tried to get in. Heads up, big hit there. Dylan Brooks with an assist, and now a big hit there. He's getting an assist, a hit, and a shot block here in the early goings. As that puck flipped out of play, a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. As Beckett Power turned it over in the neutral zone, that's created that offensive chance for the Spartans. It'll be a defensive zone draw for the Panthers. Looks like the faceoff's going to go to the blocker side of Parker Cool. In for the draw will be Glendon Snow. A centerman out there for the Spartans. As he's battling with Power. Worked up. Brownrigg sidestep, spins off a hit there. Almost took a big check from the captain as O'Coin sneaks in behind. His good job there as Brooks picked that off, and the Panthers will get it back in deep. Beals up the half wall, picked off. Here's Power. Centering for Tobin, and a fanned on there as he had a hot pass, too hot to handle him back. Here come the Spartans through the neutral zone. Here's Beals. He'll get it in deep through the feet of the defenseman Ferguson. Brooks will play it up the wall. Brownrigg centers, picked off at the blue line by McDonald. He sent his team here with a hat trick in the third game against the Halifax West Warriors. As he tries to get his team on the board now, as he'll battle it in the corner in the offensive zone. Down low, Brooks stepping into McDonald. Brooks throwing the weight around here early as the big defenseman for the Panthers. As Beals plays it up the wall. Up in there with Snow. He'll take a bump for his efforts, get it in. Parker Cool will leave it there, and controlled Seabolt behind his own net will set a breakout. Opong, he'll pick up with speed. Now watch this. London Opong up to the neutral zone, around Snow, and over the blue line. Opong with speed. He lets a shot go and a save. You see the speed there from the defenseman, London Opong. Played a couple games actually this season, I believe, with the Halifax Max around Christmas time as it gets chipped in. On the forecheck, here's Ethan Smith, one of the members of the grade 12s getting honored before the game started. A good number of 12th grade players here for the Woodlawn Panthers. Nice little give and go there as Beals over stick handled. He'll have to regroup. Back in his own zone, Beal drops it off. Feed through, that's Seth McDonald. Will go all the way down. Oh, sorry, that was Oliver Link all the way down. No icing as it got deflected. Up off the half wall, trying to connect in through the neutral zone. The Panthers turn it over. Here come the Spartans. They'll just get it in deep, applying a little bit of a pressure. Is Rowan Clark Black as here comes Opong once again through the neutral zone with some speed. Opong bobbing, weaving, shooting, and that puck sent wide past the blocker side as he'll have to get back. Tobin separates man from puck in the neutral zone, and that's turned over. Sent back in as the Spartans, went off a body, and now they'll get it in deep. Here's Beals on the forecheck. He'll finish his check and upend the defenseman Conrad Eisner. Now up through the neutral zone. Nice move. Here's Evan Wren, the goal scorer for the Panthers. He'll work it in. He'll lose an edge. No call on the play as he just lost an edge there as he tried to make a move to the outside on his forehand. And the Spartans will regroup. They'll chip that back all the way down. Will it have enough for icing? Yes, it will. And an icing call charged with 5:01 remaining on the clock here in the opening period. 1-goal lead for the Woodlawn Panthers as they lead here at home. I'll show you a little shot of the crowd here to the right. A few fans here, probably some students coming over after school here for the 5:15 start. As that puck all the way down, tipped, saying linesman Keegan Larad as it's worked in below the goal line by Sidney Watt for the Spartans. Up to the half wall, trying to spin off that check was Snellgrove. At the point, sent back in. Good job to get back and get that in was Shaquille Beals. Is he covered there as he'll stay F3 as the Spartans look to get in on the forecheck. Down low, picking that up. Another 12th grader in Matthew Ferguson. He'll send it cross ice. Intended target on the far side, I believe, was Hunter Gauthier, another 12th year player, as Tobin steps into the man, separating that back for Brooks. He'll set it below the goal line. He'll work it up the far side. Halliday centered back into the neutral zone, regrouped by the Spartans just inside the blue line. Beals making a move to the outside. He'll connect right back for Beals, just out of his reach. Regrouped in his own zone as Gregor Beach will rim it hard back to the far side, and that one snuck past Oliver Link. Link reversing it up the wall as it's turned over. Good forecheck here by the Panthers, but a better defensive play there by the centerman Glendon Snow to get that puck around to the wall. Cycled back down low. Beals back up the wall. Curtis Snellgrove trying to get it out. Opong holding the line. And the Panthers here with a chance. Working it in. Gallant had it poked off of his stick. Another defensive play there by the centerman Glendon Snow as he'll send it around and out. The Spartans get the puck as they had a little bit of pressure built up by the Panthers. As look at the move there by Opong over the line. Opong dishing off the shin pad back into the corner. Opong 1-on-3 works it out. Cross ice pass. It'll find a shot there, and a pad save as a distance shot off the stick of Remy Gallant. As he'll pick up the rebound, he'll work it over top of the zone. Gallant shot there off the shoulder. And puck worked in behind the net. Trying to center up top. Here's a shot there. Rebound kicked high back up to the point. Seabold, another shot. Deflected off the stick into the corner. As a couple chances there, but Metis Rusin up for the task a couple times there as out comes the Spartans. As the brothers working it in. Here's a chance. Beals in. He'll get a draw call. Is a great job there to sneak through. Daryl Beals had his brother with him as the Beals broke up ice. And it looks like it's going to be Opong to the box. We'll wait to see 2 for a slash. London Opong to the box as a great job by Daryl Beals to wheel up and get the chance to split through. He had his brother following up as Shaquille Beals, the two brothers for the Spartans. Offensive zone draw here on the power play. McDonald, who sent them to the second round, will be out there to try to tie this one up. Back to the point, walking. Here's O'Coin, the captain. He'll dish off, get it back at the top. O'Coin, he'll work it over to the short side. Centering pass, and cool. I think got a stick on that as chance in front for McDonald on a centering feed as he was set up in the bumper position. Regrouped here by Ryan O'Coin. He'll get his feet moving north to the far side. O'Coin, he'll chip it in. Below the goal line, here's Ferguson. Waiting for some pressure as he'll pin it up on the wall. Pressure came as rowing Clark Black turns it over. Down low, Clark Black looks over an option. He'll work it to the far side for Sidney Watt. He'll drop it off for O'Coin. O'Coin walking down, dropping it off, or no, he'll keep it as a fake pass there. As Fandon shot there, cleared out as Brooks had it below his goal line. He'll clear it 200 feet. Out to stop it up was Rusin. He'll play it over for Watt. Sidney Watt drops off for O'Coin. Up through the neutral zone, O'Coin now over the blue line. He makes a move, walks in, shoots, and barrels through the man. As stepping up, Conrad Eisner taking the hit there. He's back in over the blue line. Good forecheck there as Power got in there trying to create some havoc on the disadvantage. As 40 seconds or so remaining on the man advantage for the Spartans as O'Coin gets center, dumping it in. Cool leaves it. Eisner, hard rim around, and that'll find its way out all the way down. Rosen out to stop it up as we're inside a minute now here remaining in the period. Rosen, he'll play it around. Watt, he'll leave it for McDonald. Ivor McDonald, pressure on his back there. Coming is Evan Wren, the goal scorer. McDonald stops up, walks over top of the circles. He'll kick it across here for Link, who turns it over and back. Here's a chance for Wren, the lone goal scorer here so far. Wren, 1-on-3, drops it off. Tobin lets a shot go. It's blocked. Inside half a minute remaining. Opening period of play. 1-0 lead for the Panthers. A big hit there, finishing his check. Tobin, who picked up an assist on the Evan Wren goal, is here. He comes through the neutral zone. Rem over to the far side with speed. Here's Gauthier. Gauthier dropping it, centering it. It's picked off. As good job getting back was Rowan Clark. Black is, that'll just about do it here for the opening 15 minutes of action. Is over the line and at the buzzer. Laying a check there was number 27, Hudson Kenny. So after one period of play, the Panthers lead by 1. We'll be back for second period of action after this quick break. And welcome back for the second period of action here on High Button Sports between the Dartmouth High Spartans and the Woodlawn Panthers. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Logan Carruthers. One goal here to report after one is an Evan Wren goal coming off the assist of number 55, Vander Tobin, and number 14, Dylan Brooks, who blocked the shot and worked it up to him to start the play in his defensive zone. As second period underway, hasn't seen a goal from the Spartans as that puck chipped into the neutral zone. Controlling it through his feet now, up over the blue line. Trying to center there was Snellgrove. Took a shot and went wide. Picked up below the goal line, chipping it up to the point. O'Coin couldn't hold it. He'll have to retreat back into his own zone. He'll work it D-to-D. Regrouping Sidney Watt. Up into the neutral zone, Opong. After serving the penalty late in the period, he's right back out on the ice as the Panthers look to defend the lead here and maybe extend as some neutral zone play here to start off the second period. Panthers regrouping. Ferguson quickly up the wall, getting a stick on it. Was number 27, Hudson Kenny. He'll get in on the forecheck, down low. Ferguson for Kenny. Trying to center. He's pinched off on the corner. In there to try to help and work things out was Gregor Beach. His puck is out of there. Beach trying to center as it's Glant. Back for Ferguson. Ferguson for Opong. He'll send it around on a rim to the short side. Kenny takes a hit there. They get tangled up. Kenny is laying on top of the man down below the goal line as it's worked back here. Glant's going to have to spin back as Kenny was tied up behind the play. He goes off on a change as Glant's going to send it in. He'll get in on the forecheck, turn it over. Look at Remy Glant flying around the zone. He'll walk it over top of the circles. A shot there. Rebound. And a chance there for Gregor Beach. Sent it wide. Siebel to the point. Shooting. And into the chest of Rusan for a whistle as that puck stayed right into the Spartan helmet on the chest of number 1 for the Spartans. This season is actually bottom of the screen. You see the blonde hair. I believe that's some of the Dartmouth Steel Subarus dyeing their hair blonde for the U18 playoffs as they're underway in the second round against the Weeks from Pictou, and the Halifax Max facing off against the Cape Breton West Islanders, second round of U18 action in the Nova Scotia Hockey League, Nova Scotia U18 High Button Sports Hockey League, I should say, as it's another offensive zone draw as an icing call was charged to the Spartans. They'll play it around, wheeling the back of the net, up for Snow, into the neutral zone. Snow, he'll leave it for the man up over the line. Clark Black turns it over. Seabolt gets it back into the neutral zone over top of the Mooseheads logo, picking that up and chipping it up to the half side wall as Seth McDonald is a big collision there. Stepping up was Brooks, once again throwing his weight around. A big defenseman. Camden Brooks has an assist as it's worked up through the neutral zone. Here's Glant once again over the blue line. Glant, he'll chip it down below the goal line as the Panthers look to get back on the attack. Beach up top, Glant, Brooks, he lets a shot go. That one's way high up over top of the net there. And out come the Spartans, centering off the skate of Snow. Back up to the blue line. Good job to pick it up there. Was McDonald, that's Seth McDonald. In there on the forecheck, it's reversed up the wall. Controlling it behind his net. Holiday trying to turn it up, but it wasn't able to as he's pressured. Good forecheck from Seth McDonald. To the far side, Brooks. He'll take his time by the Zamboni door. Now get his feet moving. Chipping it through the neutral zone here. Holiday makes a move. He'll send it to the far side off the bench, trying to work it in. Beach, back door for Brown. Tried to get it across ice. Wasn't able to connect cleanly. Eisner stepping in from the point. Trying to get a shot away. Wasn't able to. Below the net. Eisner. Shot through on a sharp angle. It's down low. Off the wall. Halliday down below the goal line. He got it as it's turned back here in the neutral zone by Opong. Opong just unable to keep that in. Eisner chipping it up the wall. Here's a chance with numbers, the Panthers. Tobin walks in, shoots that one high off the glass, and it was back into the crease as it went off the glass, ricocheting right back and almost hitting Rusen in the back and trickling in, but able to steer it out of harm's way. I believe the defenseman getting in there was the captain in number 88, Ryan O'Coin. Another offensive zone draw for the Panthers. As that faceoff flipped out, Spartans look to take away the icing call. It's going to go all the way. Opong to it first. And the faceoff with 10:55 remaining in the period is going to go back down into the Panthers zone once again. Back to the blocker side again of goaltender Midas Rosen, who's stopped all of the 10 shots he's seen except for one. Here's Power, shot, scores! Power off the draw over top of the centerman, picking it up and ripping it home glove side. Beckett Power making it 2-0 for the Woodlawn Panthers here in the second period. As off the draw, Power came over top of the centerman and bearing it home. Or sorry, that's Maddock Tobin. So both the Tobins on the board here in this one as Vander Tobin assisted in the first goal. And Maddock ripping that one home has got the 86 and 89 mixed up for the Panthers. There's Maddock Tobin in there on the forecheck once again. It's Tobin. That'll be flipped back into the neutral zone by the Spartans. Trying to work it in deep. Good back check there. That's Beckett Power. Power out there with Tobin, 86 and 89. I guess I should figure that one out as that's sent in. Power's going to chip it right back up at the wall. Tobin has it now. He'll center in behind Brownrigg to the far side. Beals will step it right back in over the line. Beals down the far side wall, stops up. Nice little move as he opened up and escaped back down the wall as the two number 22s go at it as Opong and Beals battle it up as Opong's going to jump the rush. Is up here. Tobin takes a hit as he dumps it in. Got to be careful poking that puck just over the stick of Brownrigg out in the neutral zone as A risky poke check there from Midas Rosen paid off. As a nice drop pass here comes O'Coin. Up over the Mooseheads logo, over the blue line. O'Coin, distance shot off the glove of Cool and wide. Here's Vander Tobin up the wall as Gauthier looks to work things up. He'll find Seabold down the far side. Maddox. Seabold lets a shot go and steered up into the mesh for a whistle by Rusin. So Maddox, Tobin, and I believe Beckett Power will pick up the assist on the goal, as he was the centerman on that line. As offensive zone draw, this time to the far side of the glove hand of Rosing into the corner, spinning away from pressure. Ben Alexander, he gets dumped. Stepping in, Seabolt down low, Tobin. It's a 2-0 lead here for the Panthers, and at home in the first game of a potential 3-game series between these two. Centering pass is picked off, and the Spartans trying to work it out. Good job absorbing the hit and keeping things going was number 55. We'll try to get a roster update from him. You might be a call-up. Try to get a number and name for him during the intermission. As picking that up, the other 55 is Tobin. He'll find Wren. Wren trying to feed it through for Gauthier. Good defensive play there. Using his skates to take that away. On the back end was Ben Alexander. Cool. He'll play it up for Tobin. Half wall. Tobin. He'll far side to short side and doesn't connect. Regrouped Ferguson inside his own zone by the dots. It's worked up. Here's Wren trying to work it in. Was unable to. It's lost in his pants. Now he'll kick it up over the blue line. Here comes Evan Wren for Gauthier. 16 games, had 21 points in the regular season. The offensive player, as he's worked back here for Ferguson. Ferguson lets a shot go off the skate of the man in front, was Dane Morrissey. Walking over, shooting, and a blocker save. Rusing. Ferguson down low. Morrissey trying to spin it out in front, was unable to. He takes a hit behind the net. Good job by Smith turning it over. Smith up for the man on the half wall shot there. The rebound steered away to the far side, was unable to come up to it. Kenny cycling it back down as it's picked up and worked back here by the Spartans off the skate and regroup. The Panthers look to attack right back as the Spartans, a bad change here as they have numbers. Ferguson up over the RBC sign, lets a shot go. It's blocked on its way through. Laying his body out was Ben Alexander as that puck sent all the way down. It's going to go for an icing, and the Spartans, I don't think are going to be able to change. So some tired players out there for them, especially on the back end. Ben Alexander been out there for a little bit of time. With 7:19 remaining here in the second period. 2-goal lead for the Panthers. And an opportunity with some tired players out there to try to make it 3 here with an offensive zone draw. They'll send out number 19, Gregor Beach. He'll win it cleanly back to the point. Shot there from distance. That one goes off a skate of the man in front, as that was Alexander getting a skate on it. Here's Brooks, a shot there from the point, goes wide to the far side. The Spartans now look to try to get things up into the neutral zone, trying to chip it around the man with Snow. He gets hooked up, delay call-up coming as Eisner's going to go for hooking. As the Spartans get a shot away, it looks like it's going to be Conrad Eisner to the box, and the Spartans to a power play here. Just under 7 minutes remaining on the clock. Second period, they look to cut the lead in half. As Conrad Eisner to the box, Opong will hop over. They'll have to send somebody off. I'm expecting there. It's Remy Gallant. I was expecting a forward to be going off, as I'm sure they wouldn't want to be killing with 1D and 3 forwards, as Opong out there with Brooks. Been a stapled back end pairing for the Woodlawn Panthers this season. Number 14 and 22. As you just seen displays of both of them. Brooks, a couple big hits, got an assist, and Opong with a couple dashes of speed. As it's chipped in, back to the point. Controlling, and a shot there from Watt. Control, Cool. Early whistle. Cool thought he had it. It actually skipped off the outside of his glove, like the mesh area, and kicked out to the front. And A little bit of hassling coming from the fans here inside the RBC Center. I'm sure the Spartans fans wanted that play to continue. It's back to the point, walking. O'Coin to the middle. He'll dish it for Watt. Watt back for O'Coin. Far side, taking his time trying to center. In the middle there was Oliver Link. Watt for O'Coin. O'Coin walks in, shoots. That one high. Past the blocker side. Off the glass, rebound. Second opportunity, and now here's a chance for the Panthers shorthanded. 2-on-1. Is driving the net. Halliday just unable to control that. Is a good feed from Beach. Halliday stopping up outside the line now. Halliday's going to have to wait as the man was still inside of the zone. Gregor Beach was still exiting. Is a good job killing off some time there by the two forwards up front for the Woodlawn Panthers. Is they lead by 2 shots, 13-3 in favor of them. As they lead by 2. As Cools had to be sharp here. Hasn't been tested much, but having to come up with the save when needed. As he's only seen 3 shots here against Opong. He's going to skate it. He'll move it across ice through the middle. Here's Tobin spinning away from one. Tobin spinning away from the same guy as he put himself in a little bit of a move. Here's a chance. Tobin lets a shot go. That hits some iron, I believe, on the outside after hitting the chest. Opong steps up, finds Tobin. Tobin out of the corner, back for Opong, and a great stick there. Breaking that up was Ben Alexander back. Here's O'Coin. Up over the line, O'Coin drives in, shoots, scores! And O'Coin erupts the fans here to the right of me. And the captain gets the Spartans on the board with a power play goal. As going from his own blue line in and letting the shot go, beating Parker Cool 5-hole. Ryan O'Coin make it 2-1 inside the RBC Center in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. As the Battle of Dartmouth continuing here between these two schools just a few minutes down the road from each other. As that was Cool's 4-shot scene, he let it sneak through the 5-hole. And just like that, the Panthers cut the lead, or the Spartans cut the Panthers lead in half. 2-1 is approaching the 5-minute mark here in the second period. Chipped in. Brooks is going to skate it. He'll move it up into the neutral zone. Here comes Power. Back at Power, centers. Trying to connect with Tobin as they connected for the last goal. As back up, here comes the goal scorer, O'Coin. Shoots, and that one up over top of the goal. As he'll have to retreat back. A bounce off the Zamboni door. Now you're onto the stick of Leighton Brembridge. Panthers over the line. Tobin walking in, shooting. That one had some eyes, glove side. That one just high, though, as shot it through the defenseman. As Beals off the wall, back into the neutral zone, over the line. Unable to drag his leg back enough was number 81, Sidney Watts, as a centering feed there from Leighton Bridge. Trying to connect there, but just unable to carry the leg back in time was Bembridge. It's going to be a face-off just below us here. 2-1 game is inside the 5-minute mark. 4:20 remaining here in the second period of action. Up over the line, Smith. He'll chip it down below the goal line. And the Panthers look to get back in on the forecheck. Beals pressured by Smith. And Kenny in there as well as Smith. Down the far side, he'll battle Snow, trying to turn it over. Back to the point. Seabold stepping in, shooting. And that puck into the chest. I believe actually into the neck area of goaltender Rusin. And he'll hold on for the whistle with 3:59 remaining in the period. And a great job there stepping in, noticing the space was Maddox Seabold as he jumped in and let that shot go. Had a great opportunity. Opong down low for Smith. He'll take a bump down there. He's got to be careful not to take one here late in the second as his team just leading by 1 now. Down low, Smith turns it over. Down low, centering pass, doesn't connect it. A good defensive play working that out was Shaquille Beals. Up over the line, Beals making a move there and a shot there from off the backhand of Rowan Clark Black. Beals on the back check. He knocks the man down, poked back, and a hand pass. Called by the official here on the short side. Face off. I think is going to go outside of the zone, I believe. We'll wait to see. Yes, it will. And former Halifax Matt Keegan-Larag going to drop the puck on the far side. His goaltender himself back in the day. Face off. One back by the Spartans. Regrouped in their own zone. Got to be careful there. There's a little bit of pressure as Ben Alexander working it up the wall as that'll be chipped in by Brembridge. Down low is inside 3 minutes now here remaining in the second period of action. Sending that puck in was Ben Alexander. Parker Cool stops it up with some speed. Up the wall and trying to get a little give and go there. It's turned up though, and good job calmly working it out was Max Halliday. To the far side, a shot from distance. Rebound was loose for a second, but pulling it in with the paddle and holding on was Rusin. Once again, he'll hold on for the whistle. He's seen 16 shots. Only 2 have been able to beat him. One off the draw and the other one a feed in front and an absolute snipe off the stick of Evan Wren to open the scoring as the goal for the Spartans answering back and cutting it in half was the captain responding back as down low Halliday stops up, cuts, shoots, rebound, steered away into the corner. In there, Beach trying to pressure it as it's worked back past Conrad Eisner into the neutral zone. Now Brooks is going to have to go back as that pass out of his reach. Brooks up the wall, onto the stick. Here's Beals. That shot is blocked as the other Beals will go pick that up. The brothers out there once again together trying to connect for a goal. Here's a chance. Beals shot. It's a pad save by Cools. Beals good forecheck there. As a good stick though by Brooks, and Brooks reverse hit. He's going to draw a call. Is in behind the play. Both of them are going to go as Beals and Camden Brooks to the box for roughing or a slash. So it's going to be Shaquille Beals to the box for a slash and Camden Brooks in the other box. They have some words on the far side before they enter the box. As Beals, I'm sure not too happy about that. Slashing call to him. A roughing call to Camden Brooks. Face off. Below us here to the left. Tobin has an assist in the game. Winning that draw back as he tries to work it back in over the line. Good stick there. And the Spartans regrouping. Opong stepping up, and it goes into the hitting a glove on the far side, I believe, in the bench over by the Woodlawn Panthers. So it's going to be a face-off just in front of their bench now. So a face-off to the other side of the ice. Outside of the zone here with a minute, inside 2 minutes, I guess. The 2-minute warning gone a few seconds ago is forecheck there by Tobin trying to turn it over. It's rimmed to the far side. Opong holds it momentarily as it's off a body and back into the neutral zone. Gauthier trying to cycle it back as he tried to regroup as Ferguson turned it over. Far side point, McDonald. He'll send it down. Wren knocks it down with his stick. Trying to work it out is Evan Wren up for Tobin. That was number 55, Vander Tobin. Turned that over, but it got out of the zone. Parker Cool sets for Opong. Opong spins away from one below the goal line. He'll get his feet moving north. Look at the speed here from number 22. He gets tied up at center. He'll chip that ahead. Here's Wren looking for his second of the game. Evan Wren onto the stick of Gauthier. Bobbled away and back. Here's a chance. Right down the middle of the ice. McDonald protects. He goes down. Will it go to center is the question. Hands in the air. Shot on, blocked. Puck still loose. Another chance. That puck is sent wide. Puck in behind the net. The Spartans with a flurry of chances here inside the last minute of play. Still play on. The Panthers still yet to touch it. Centering pass off the bench for the extra attacker, and Cool pushing out. And a penalty shot will be awarded to Ivor McDonald as a chance here with 37 seconds remaining in the period. A penalty shot for the Spartans to try to send them and keep them tie the game up, I should say, as the momentum swung hugely here in the last 2 minutes. As it's going to be number 16, Ivor McDonald, out to take it, I believe. No, they'll send out the captain instead. Ryan O'Coin has one goal on the game as he looks to tie it up here going into the third period of play. Ryan O'Coin picks the puck up at center. He'll work it in. O'Coin on his forehand, shoots. That puck just able to stay out as pinching it off the post. As Parker Cool with a pad save as O'Coin tried to go 5-hole, and Parker Cool closed the wicket and able to keep it from trickling in as he pinched it off on the post. Face-off will stay inside the Woodlawn Panthers zone as he almost maybe want to. Would you want the shoot? Would you want the penalty shot? Would you want the power play? They scored once already on the power play. They're 1 for 2. Are the Spartans? It'd be cool if they kind of implemented a rule where you could pick and choose. I want the penalty shot or I want the power play, as the power play would have carried over into the third period, so they would have started the third up on man advantage. Here's a shot as we approach the half-minute point here in the second period. As here's a chance from Tobin. He'll stop up, center it. Seabold at the blue line, up off the wall, trying to connect with Brownring. Brownring centering, bouncing puck, trying to get it back. Tobin in front of the net, unable to come up with it, is in the corner. He'll battle with Beals. Beals gets upended. He goes down, still down low. Tobin here with 10 seconds remaining, centering. Back to the point, Seabold. His pressure there is back at the point, and they'll get it out. Good job there to get it into the neutral zone and kill off the last few seconds was the defenseman, Daryl Beals. So after 2, the Woodlawn Panthers lead by a score of 2-1 over the Dartmouth High Spartans. We'll be back here inside the RBC Center for third period of action on High Button Sports after this 15-minute intermission. welcome back here for the third and final period of regulation as the last few Spartan players come onto the ice here inside the RBC Center. Thanks for tuning in here on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Carruthers, is just a few moments away here from third period puck drop. The last 15 minutes of play as the goal scorers in the first period, number 17, Evan Redden for the Woodlawn Panthers. Following that up in the second was number 89, Maddock Tobin, and answering back with one of their own for the Spartans, their captain, Ryan O'Coin, as we get set for second period of action. Beals will dig in on the draw against Halliday to start off the third period. Right off the draw, working it in are the Spartans there with a chance right off the opening draw. Rowan Clark Black as Beals down low, stops away from Opong. Try to spin it up the wall, was unable to as they battle it out. Back to the point. Held in. Opong though picks up and he'll wheel it up through the neutral zone over to the far side. Opong got a centering pass back and was unable to handle it cleanly. Halliday down low. Beach. He'll center it. Trying to connect there. It's picked off. Beals back into the neutral zone. At center, he tried to get it in deep. Opong took that away, and back comes Halliday. Halliday poked off of his stick. The good reach there by Rowan Clark to knock that back into the offensive zone. Clark trying to spin it out front. Here's a shot, Beals. It's blocked by Opong. Loose puck. Cycled back down low by Watt to the far side for Beals. Beals, he takes a hit there from Halliday. And he goes down out into the neutral zone. Here comes Remy Gallant over the blue line. Gallant, backhand shot from distance, poked in behind by Rusen. Back into the neutral zone. Spartans up over the line. Beals shot on and a chest save by Parker Cool. Holds on for the whistle. 13:34 remaining in the third period. The Spartans with a quick start here in the period, trying to tie this one up early and see where things go. It'll be a defensive zone draw for the Panthers. Is a good start here for the Spartans in the third period, but here's a break back the other way. Out come the Panthers. Evan Wren, who started the scoring back in the first period, gets in there on the forecheck. He'll get some support. Good job there as well as Hunter Gauthier, a centering pass picked off and out. Trying to work it out, I guess I should say, is good job to hold the line. Was number 93, Hunter Gauthier, as he'll have to retreat back across ice. Shot there from distance, Cool on his pad. Rebound in front, here's a chance, and it trickled in as unable to get all of what he wanted was Curtis Snellgrove, as he had a chance there. Fanned on a chance in tight. He'll peel off for a change. There'll be another offensive zone draw. Upcoming for the Spartans in the black and yellow jerseys. Snow out there. He'll win it forward. Here's a chance, a shot there as all the men tried to spread the zone out and back to the point. Good job holding the line. The far side is only momentarily as back come the Panthers. Centering pass. Wren overskates that puck as it was lost in his feet. O'Coin runs into his own player. He's pressured on the end wall, almost turning that puck over. Up the wall. And Gauthier unable to get it back down. It'll go all the way into their own zone. No icing. Eisner. Conrad Eisner. He'll play it up. Snow will read that back down low. He'll fire it around to the far side. To the point. Beals unable to keep it in. And back here comes Tobin with some speed. 1-on-4. Tobin trying to split through. Was unable to. Back up through the neutral zone. The Spartans captain almost lost it. Trying to stick with it. Overskated it. Opong up ahead. Turned over and sent back in by the Spartans. Forward, Riley Rendell as he'll peel off for a change. Opong. He'll get his feet moving north. London Opong poked it too far from him, and sending it back in was McDonald. Ferguson plays it around Opong touches it for Brownrigg. Brownrigg up ahead for Power. Beckett Power for Tobin. Tobin poked off of his stick. Now Power takes a high hit in the head there as Beals is going to go to the box for the head contact call. That one, he got his hands up a little too high there, and it looks like to the box will be number 10, Shaquille Beals. We'll see if it's 2. It will be a 2 for head contact and a power play for the Panthers, looking to get their 2-goal lead back that they once had in the second period at one point. Face-off, blocker hand side of Rusen. To the point. As Opong's going to set things up. He'll work it down. Gallant's shot's blocked by Ben Alexander. Sacrificing the body here on the kill. As it'll be cleared right up the middle of the ice all the way down. Looks like Parker Cool's going to have to play it. Opong's pressured by McDonald. Good pressure there. Ivor McDonald trying to get it off of Opong, but good skating ability of Opong gets away from that. He'll work it in over the blue line. London Opong. On the far side, he'll get pinched off by 2 Spartans. In the far side corner, McDonald, he'll pin it up against the Zamboni door, trying to kill off some time. As 40 seconds expiring in the power play for the Panthers. Up top, Gallant walks in, shot blocked there. As getting a knee down to take that away was Rowan Clark-Black. Good forecheck here by the Panthers, trying to get that loose puck back as it's rimmed around, holding it in. Gauthier down low, up top. Now here's Gallant at the top of the key, lets a shot go. Wren is trying to find a rebound. He'll retreat back to the half wall up top. Remy Gallant walking in, shooting. That one's blocked. And a great block there by Rowan Clark-Black. As the loose puck, though, picked up. Gauthier trying to dipsy doodle. Centering pass. Rebound as it went off the stick. To the point, Gallant to Opong. Walking in over top of the circles. Now up top. Centering, a shot there, and a chance steered away by Rusen. Opong as he'll get it back up top. Opong for Wren. Opong shot and a chest save, and finding the rebound in front of him was Midas Rusen. So a couple chances there for the Panthers to try to get something. But coming up big, Rusen, and they'll switch up utilities here. So the second unit out now for the Panthers. As you see Camden Brooks, he has an assist. Over across here, Siebold walks in, shoots, and a glove save as Siebold tried to pick short side high past the glove, and snagging that up was Rusen. Face off, going to go to his glove hand side. Spartans are going to change centerman, it looks like they're helping out as Leighton Bembridge. He'll get in, dig in there for the face-off against his counter-numerical partner, Ethan Smith, as it's cleared back into the neutral zone. And the Panthers unable to capitalize on the power play opportunity. The Spartans killing off the whole 2 minutes. Thanks to that man there playing the puck, Rusen. To the far side, turnover. Here's a chance in front of one-timer. Shot on, steered away. Rusen once again. Siebold shot. Had eyes, but steered it wide. Camden Brooks, far side point. Another shot. Rusing. Rebound kicked out right onto the stick, and out comes Curtis Snellgrove. Snellgrove will kick it ahead, and that'll be Beals in the corner. He spins away from one. Beals gets run out of room there by Smith. Centering pass right onto the stick there, trying to work it out was Kenny. Sent in, though, as by Bembridge. Right back, though. Here come the Panthers. Trying to chip it up ahead. Now here's a chance. Smith, a move there. He gets ran over as Ryan O'Coin laying the body here on Ethan Smith, as O'Coin now with the puck. He'll center, and out come the Spartans. Kicking that out. Beals shot there, blocked by Opong. Up ahead, trying to work it out was Dane Morrissey. Lost a handle on it, but got it into the Spartan zone. Rusen pokes it away. Cycling it was Power. Picked up Bembridge. Leighton Bembridge off the glass, and that puck into the neutral zone. Tobin, he has the go-ahead goal here as he scored in the second period, as that gets sent in. Played there by Rusen. Beals trying to make a move, turns it over. Power down low for Tobin. Trying to find someone out front. Tobin, he'll work it back to the point. Back down low, here's number 89, Maddox Tobin. He has the go-ahead goal as mentioned moments ago. It's turned over though, and back the Spartans come. Chipping that in, Sidney Watt. He'll get it in deep, pressured by London Opong. Opong will leave it there, allowing Brownrigg to skate onto it. He'll flip it high up into the neutral zone, bouncing puck. Regroup in his own zone, Ben Alexander. He'll get his feet moving. Avoid some pressure using the net to avoid Tobin. Is that pass off a body to the point. Opong walking in, looking for an option, shooting, rebound, and glove down and held on to as the rebound went off the inside of the blocker over to the glove hand side and sat there. Finding it was Ruseng, and a good read there. It went off the body on the centering pass. London Opong picking it off, trying to find someone to dish it off to, electing to shoot though in the end, is coming right down and getting in close enough to allow a good shot opportunity. Didn't want to miss up a chance in tight as that puck offside. The Panthers are going to be forced to tag up Halliday as that one just snuck out. Eisner wasn't able to hold it in. Cross ice pass doesn't connect cleanly as the Panthers working it up through the neutral zone. Nice stick there. It was McDonald poking it back ahead. Here comes Cogden down the far side, centering in front, and a chance just sent wide by Rowan Clark Black. As he'll get right back in on the forecheck, point blank in front. Rowan Clark Black had the glove hand side picked, but just sent it wide as the Panthers still up by one. Glant poked away from him by Ivor McDonald. He'll get in on the forecheck. Ivor McDonald, as mentioned, sending his team here to the second round as he has it below the goal line, centering it out to the point. Alexander walks in, shoots that one. Trying to get a body or a stick on it there. Is over to the far side. McDonald read it back to the point, losing an edge, and now a break for the Panthers. There's a 3-on-2. Brooks steps up, shot there. Brooks unable to get the rebound as a pass off pad all the way back. As Halliday gets his feet moving back up north through the neutral zone. Halliday at the blue line makes a move around one, can't get around the stick of snow. Up for O'Coin. Seabold plays it quickly. Back over the line, Beach, 1-on-2, stops, waits for support. He'll cycle it down low. Opong, a little bit tired here as he's played a lot. In this one, he'll retreat back. Long pass all the way down. It's going to be nice and call against the Spartans as they'll have a defensive zone draw. And we'll see if Opong's going to stay out with Maddox Seabold, and he will. It's going to be Tobin with Gauthier and Evan Wren. The centerman out there as Snow wins it back for the Spartans. O'Coin pressure off the puck there. Good forecheck from Gauthier, who gets it on the half wall. Gauthier, cross ice pass for Seabold. He'll send it down low. Weird bounce off the Zamboni door. Got to be careful of that. We've seen that a few times here inside the RBC Center. A high flip. Opong was unable to handle it cleanly, pressured by Watts. Opong using his feet. He'll skate it up to the far side, chipping it and getting it right back. He'll kick it up ahead and unable to get back up to it as it's played up into the center ice. Here's a move at the blue line, and that puck, I don't know if it came back out, but an offside call charged to the Panthers, as I don't know if it came all the way out, but the man offside called by the official will be a face-off to the far side of the ice. Tobin will do it again against Snow. Tobin wins that one, though, as it's chipped in. Off the skate. Waiting to see as O'Coin wanted a call there. I think it went off of his bench, I believe he's saying. As it's worked back here. Approaching the 5-minute mark in the third period. Watts down the far side. Sidney Watts looking for an option. He'll work it all the way back and picked off here by Wren as he tried to work it to the point. Far side, here's Gauthier up over the blue line. Gauthier centers Wren. Almost reminiscing of the first goal Evan Wren scored in the opening 15 minutes of play on a centering feed. Wren's going to be careful not to take a hooking call there as he gets back. Good job by Evan Wren doing it on both ends of the ice as he'll get his feet moving north once again. Overhandling the puck, though, off the bench. Ivor McDonald turns that over. Here's Opong making a move to the middle. London Opong pressured. McDonald coming back to finish his check. Rebound picked up by Smith. Smith down low. Below the goal line, Ethan Smith. He gets crunched in the numbers, and it looks like it's going to be another call. And it looks like going to the box again is going to be number 22. Daryl Beals. It looks like it's going to be 2 for a board to Beals, and the Panthers with 4:17 remaining look to get an insurance marker here on the power play as they lead just by 1. Shots 24-13 in favor of the Panthers as they head to the power play here with just over 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Up to the point, Opong, he'll walk it over. It'll be dished over for Gallant. Remy Gallant back over here, walking over top of the circles. Gauthier fakes a shot. Now he'll let one go. It's blocked. Bouncing puck, picked up. Clearing attempt by McDonald. Just able to get it out as he fanned on it. Opong drops it for Gauthier. Hunter Gauthier chatted with him pregame. Head over to High Button Sports to check out that interview. As the Rinkside Report brought to you by John Ross and Sons. Also caught up with that man in there on the forecheck, Ivor McDonald. Asked him how the first round and all that jazz was. So head over to High Button Sports social medias and check out the John Ross and Sons Rinkside Report as it's worked back here. Evan Wren up over the blue line, walking in, faking a shot, dropping it off. Gauthier setting things up to the point. London Opong walking, dishing for Remy Gallant. Gallant up over top of the RBC logo. He'll park it in. Let a shot go, goes off a skate. Into the corner, Gauthier. Back up top, Gallant. Over for Opong. A different look now is Opong on the far side flank. He'll walk it over top. Back here's Gallant. He'll walk it in. A shot there is blocked. Remy Gallant had a shot block as it's worked back as Wren got it back to the point. Opong's shot though is blocked and out comes McDonald into the neutral zone. Trying to turn it right back as Gallant though is mixed of a change are the Spartans as he'll now decide to wait and allow the breakout to happen. And we'll see if Opong's going to stay for the full 2. As a minute and a half now has expired here on the power play for the Panthers. Up into the neutral zone over the blue line and back into the neutral zone as was Gregor Beach. He'll regroup. Here's Seabold at center, making a move. Poked off of his stick. Here's O'Coin. Short-handed, has Snow driving, dishing, and that great stick by Maddox Seabold to get back as out comes Beach. Almost back to 5-on-5 hockey as now we are as a toe drag as Brownrigg tried to sneak through. On the half wall, Seabold, he'll let a shot go. Distance shot, rebound, down below, Beach. Trying to work it out, a wraparound attempt, trying to stuff it in was Brownrigg. Brownrigg coming up with the loose puck to the point to Brooks. Camden Brooks shot on, rebound, trying to push it home. In front there, it looks like was number 91, Max Holliday. And with 1:56 remaining in regulation, the Spartans trail by 1, trying to get back, but the Woodlawn Panthers staying on the press here, trying to get an insurance marker here. Have a 1-game lead here in the second round of the Metro High School Hockey League. Off the draw, one back. Here's a chance, trying to get a shot away was Halliday as they'll have to get back numbers for the Spartans up ice. Good back check there by Beach. Nice stick by Brooks, pokes that into the neutral zone. Regrouping as we'll see how long Rusin stays in between the pipes as approaching 1.5 minutes remaining in the third period. Puck, Beach is a 2-on-1 back the other way. Down the far side, Halliday toe drag shot off a stick and up and out of play. 1:26 remaining as McDonald and Brownrigg exchange a little push after the whistle. So we'll see who the Panthers head over, and it's going to be a timeout called by the Spartans. We'll be back here after this quick 30-second timeout here on High Button Sports for the remaining 1:26 of regulation. So we'll see who the Panthers elect to put on here for the last 1:26. It looks like it's going to be Tobin, and Wren on the back end. The steady duo of Camden Brooks and London Opong as the Spartans send out Number 81, Sydney Watt, is in to take the draw. Will be Ivor McDonald out there, as well as the captain. This is one off the draw. Opong walking, shooting, tip, that goes off the crossbar. As a helpful bounce there for Rusing, his best friend keeping that one out as the bar. Doing the rest of the work is tipped in is Rusing to the bench. 6-on-5 for the Spartans. McDonald below the net. Pinched off there, Brooks, as it's played up at the point. Not able to keep it in, and O'Coin will cycle it back down. Opong, he'll have time behind his net. London Opong stops. He'll play it here for Wren. Wren got a stick on it, not out. O'Coin's shot, rebound as it hit off the pad and sat there for a sec. Parker Cool lost sight of it. As we'll see if they switch up some utilities here as the Tobin brothers and Evan Wren out there. As McDonald off to the bench, must be trying to get a breather with 49 seconds remaining here in regulation. Bembridge in there on the draw, clear back to the point. Just unable to hold it on side was Sydney Watts, and the face-off will come outside of the circle. Sydney Watt with a great effort, but just unable to hold it, as just a couple seconds expiring off the clock, down to 45 remaining here in regulation. Bembridge will dig in, as you see at the bottom of your screen, kicking all the way out to the short side. Rowan Clark Black as it's pushed back. Empty net for the Spartans. Got to be careful. O'Coin, he'll work it D-to-D for Watt. Watt up the middle, picked off. Wren going for the empty net. It'll be picked up though, as O'Coin, half a minute remaining in regulation. The Spartans look to tie it. The Panthers look to defend them off, as over the line Spartans work it in. Down low, Opong. 15 seconds remaining. He's going to try to pinch it off on the end wall and kill off as much time as left. Brooks in there now. He'll try to do the same. In below, trying to work it out. The Spartans is McDonald. Pinching that off as Tobin centered back up to the point and out, and that'll do it for game one, as the Woodlawn Panthers coming out with a 2-1 win over the Dartmouth High Spartan. Thanks for tuning in here on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Carruthers, and what a game this one was. But that'll do it for me. The game-winning goal on the stick of number 89, Maddock Tobin. The two brothers picking up a point here tonight. But for High Button Sports, that's it. Have a good one, folks, and we will see you later.